last one, look what you see here. What is that? 79, 80% of them agree or strongly agree that yes, in the future I will be doing that stuff. In the future I post written and or non-text-based content online for social reasons, even bigger. You know, there it's, well, yeah, about to say 87% say yes, I will be doing that. The one other thing that I pulled in from the survey that I thought was interesting was this. We benefit from the internet and digital tools because it allows more people to share their views and beliefs. Here you have over 90% saying yes. So even if they're not using the stuff right now themselves, they, first of all, see themselves in the future using it and also see that it's good. We should be glad that we have this. We should be glad that we have Web 2.0. We should be glad that we have the internet and these digital technologies that allow all of us to have a voice. Basically the way that I read that. So again, from this survey and from conversations with them, here's what I found. Because here's the thing that is a danger for those of us who are teachers, and if you want to be a teacher, here's a danger. And actually adults in general, I mean, those are kids. That we think because they're digital natives, then they're fine. They know what to do. They know more than me on it. Right? But they still need guidance. They absolutely need guidance. If for no other reason, you know, it's overwhelming when you get online. The sense of the amount of information and the amount of reliable information and what makes something reliable information, what makes something true or something that you can trust. You know, so they need help with that, and along with that, learning to value depth over just the surfacey kind of stuff. They need opportunities to create. But here's the thing that I really find interesting. So really what I take away from all this, and I've had conversations with them where they have said this very thing. Yeah, we might not do stuff right now. And not many of my kids do more of the remixing, mashup, videos, music kind of stuff. But they expect that they can in the future, and that it's a right of theirs to do it when they want to. And that's a major thing, I think. That even if they're not doing it now, at this point, they see it as not a privilege, they see it as a right. And this actually reminds me that, you know, last summer, the UN, the United Nations, came out with a statement that said, internet access is now a fundamental human right. Everybody has to have it. Everybody has to have that access to information. You can look that up. And here it is, intuitively, my students are already there saying, yeah, of course it's my right to do this stuff, if and when it becomes necessary, if and when I feel that I have something to say. So this is what they're going to be thinking. Again, as a teacher, how can I not bring this in? How can I not do everything that I can do to guarantee that they are, when the time comes, going to be confident, going to be really strong communicators? Because of course, that's still the same. You know, whether we're teaching them how to be online, communicating online, or communicating in any other way, I want them to be able to feel like strong, empathetic, passionate communicators. And then there's this. I don't know. Education people in here? John Dewey? John Dewey, everybody. Let's hear for John Dewey. John Dewey? Yeah, there we go. So if you don't know, John Dewey is the monumental educational philosopher from American educational philosopher, 19th, early 20th century. He's one of the guys who was key in founding University of Chicago Lab School. Way back in 1903, he said this, and it still remains absolutely this, important, right? That if we want kids to pay attention in class, we need to give them things that they're doing in class that they're not just going to mimic what they are interested in outside of class, but we need to actually have them doing the things that they are interested in. So again, you know, as a teacher, this is my thought process. These are the reasons why I have felt over the last 10 years, as Ryan said, that I need to have these things in there. In any case, even if all of those reasons, like, fine, yeah, maybe, yeah, I don't know, okay. Integrating digital technology for me into the classroom can make the classroom feel less authoritarian and less like they're just being, like, see, I was playing around with the PowerPoint. You can't help yourself but play around with lecturing at the front of the room. So I was going to show you a few things. I realized since I started late, and of course, you know, I'm going to show you a few things. I don't know if I'll get to all of it. I for sure just want to talk about blogging, because that's the major thing that I have really been working on the most over the last 2 years, 3 years, really integrating this into the classroom. So, you know, I just have my students use Blogger, and I just, you can see here, you know, Blogger, it doesn't allow for maximum creativity, but enough, especially because a lot of my students, this is their first real taste of it. And it gives them enough possibility where they can really make their blogs unique. When I give them the blog assignments, they vary. Some are really prescriptive, you know, here's what I want you to look at, this is what I want you to do, I want you to focus on grit or tenacity or disruption. You've got to refer to at least one text, whether that's written piece or a video or something that we watch in class, and then bring in something of your own. In other times, this one that if you turn your head this way, best of the week, it's just, you know, tell me about best of the week. And there are other times that it's even more open than that. What I have found from blogging is this. It's really been pretty amazing. That their voices in their blog writing is so much more honest and genuine than any essays that they write for me. When they write essays for me, it is that kind of fake student writing to a teacher voice, you know, where things just stretch out and things become wordy. And I mean, all of us probably do it too when we're writing papers. We've got to go back and say, oh my God, I have all this passive tense and all this stuff that where I'm trying to sound like somebody I'm not. You don't see that in blogs. I don't see that in blogs. Blogs my students do, I never see that. Actually, okay, I'm gonna go off teleprompter for a moment. It's not teleprompter. Just want to say that. Here are my notes from today. So I had a few minutes at the end of a few different classes, and I said, hey, by the way, I'm just curious, what do you see as the differences between when I have you do blog writing versus more formal, traditional essay writing? Blogs, writing the blogs, that can be fun. I mean, as a teacher, I don't even probably need to go on to the other reasons to have students write blogs. I mean, if you listen to what that student was saying, and he was not roundly dismissed by the other students. In fact, nobody turned and looked at him at all. You know, like, what are you talking about? Here's a student actually saying that writing, yeah, it can be fun to do the blogs. To write. Those of us who are teachers in here, we know that rarely do we ever hear that at any other time. And those of us who are all students in here, we also know that, I mean, yeah, even for us who are probably pretty decent writers, it's tough. Writing is tough. And it can be something that's really hard to get into. Some of the other reasons why they were talking about that are the things that I have up here. They always feel like they are more willing to experiment with language, with structure, in blogs than they are in traditional writing. Now, part of it is the grade. The blogs do get graded. I do give them points, but they're not as much as the traditional essays are worth. But there's something even more fundamental than that I feel like. You know, with my juniors in particular, I teach at Glenbrook South High School. Freshman and sophomore year, it's pounded into them 5-paragraph essay, 5-paragraph essay. And they're really good at that. Junior year, we try to break them of that, have them start writing some more interesting, complex types of things. And they struggle with it. You know, they struggle with not having a thesis right up front and then a 3-point bridge. How do I do that? But if I give them a blog and give them no explanation, no guidelines on organization, oh, there's all sorts of really great paragraphs with really great transitions that they know how to do it. In traditional essays, they cite themselves out. When they start writing in these blogs, and it's not everybody, of course, but more than not, it's just this really smooth thing that they just, again, seem to take to very naturally. I know, you know, as a teacher, it always comes down to, well, okay, if I'm having them do more of that, then I have to give up something else, because we're packed in terms of curriculum, mandates, all that stuff. So if I'm going to have them do more blog writing, maybe that means less traditional writing. I think there are intersections. For me, it always comes down to the point that they're still writing. They are writing. And when they're working on their blogs, they're still thinking.